All right, well, just to recap, last week against Navy, tough ball game. We did not start off very well. Fell behind 24-0, and I guess it was 31-14 at halftime. But I was really proud of our guys' effort in the second half. We just weren't hitting on any cylinders in the first quarter, offense, defense, and didn't make anything happen in the kicking game. But our guys fought their tails off in the second half and tied the game up, and I was hoping to go into overtime. I felt like we had momentum. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to go for two at that point in time, and unfortunately we just didn't quite get it done. And we need to win games like that. There's no question. But we got to turn the page, and we need to move on to Tulsa. Tulsa's a woulda, shoulda, coulda team with Memphis last week. They missed a 29-yard field goal at the buzzer to win. Ended up getting beat 42-41, and had the same kind of situation where they could have won at the end of the game against SMU. Two really good teams, two top 20 teams in the country. So we're going to have our hands full and need to play extremely well this weekend against Tulsa.
Questions for Coach. Tulsa's always been an extremely good running team under that coach, and they seem to have gotten back into that group again. What makes them?
Yeah, got a bunch of good backs, and what they do is they spread you out, and you go out there and you cover those guys, and then all of a sudden they if you don't fit it up right, you got problems. So you got to pick your poison a little bit of packing the box and playing the heck out of the run, or playing pass, and know you're going to have to rally to and be right, and someone's going to have to whip a block and make a tackle because they got enough bodies to block you.
What did you see going wrong defensively in the first quarter? Because it was pretty easy for Navy after that when the fourth down conversion from that point on for the rest of the
You try to replicate that during. This is something I'm gonna have to do a better job of finding a way to replicate their offense, because the speed of the game is just so different, and they were running a lot of trap, early and a little bit of midline, and our backers fit it wrong on a few occasions. Our defensive lineman didn't squeeze and wrong shoulder, which we wanted them to do, and then we started getting the speed of the game under our belt, and we started playing it better. And besides the last drive, and also one other drive in the second half, really the middle of the second quarter on, I played pretty good defense. But you got to play good defense the whole game.
Is it hard? You come back against Houston in a similar situation. It's hard to, and you had a good chance to do it again. It's hard to put yourself in that position.
Yeah, we just we really felt. I really felt like we got into overtime. I think we would have won the game. I thought we were playing good on defense, and then also I thought offensively we were kind of having our way. We kind of stubbed our toe that time when we had to kick a field goal instead of scoring a touchdown, and then also when we threw the pick early in the second half on the first drive, but from about midway, I guess the beginning of the second quarter, besides the two interceptions, I thought we really played well offensively.
How do you play your way out of the current situation, Coach?
Oh, you just got to stick with it. We got to, we've talked about, our game plan and making sure that we're on point with our openers on offense. And then, it's also a game of what ifs. What if they do this? Or, the other teams have done this to us and had success. Do they have that in their scheme that they would be able to do that? So you got to practice some things, and maybe they don't show you.
You kind of, I don't know, for lack of a better term, kind of given the first quarter away in some of these games.
Yeah.
Does that concern you?
Yeah, it does concern me. That's not good. We need to, I think we're prepared well, but we got to do a good job with our openers, and we got to do a good job with execution. You can't rely on hanging in the ball game and then figuring it out, because if you do that against good teams, you're going to get behind by so much you won't be able to catch up. So we've got to do a much better job in the first quarter. There's some games we played well in the first quarter, but there's some games we haven't.
I know you're playing more up-tempo this year. Are you concerned about defensive players on other teams basically taking a dive on you?
It kind of seems like it's going across the nation now that people do that. And heck, I'm not sure. There were 6 situations in the second half where there was stoppage of play for long periods of time with guys going down. And thank goodness none of them were hurt seriously. We're all able to come back in and play. And but the thing I'm concerned about, and hopefully, it's just all maybe in the 60-degree weather, they were tired and hot and humid and all those other kind of things. But what if that would have led to a timeout? And now they don't have a timeout on their last drive, and they're just going to play the half out, and now we're going into overtime. So, and there's nothing the officials can do about it. Guy goes down, he goes down. You got to go ahead and stop the play. But it's something that it seems like happens, quite frequently, and it's always on the defensive side, and it's always against a fast tempo offense. So,
But you're at a competitive disadvantage, though, right? When you're
I think it does, if that's what they're doing. I mean, you'd have to ask them if that's a tactic, which you're not supposed to do, or if it's coincidental.
is there anything that the rules committee can do to address this?
I don't know. The only thing, I was on the rules committee years ago, and the thing we talked about is the guy who was not able to play the rest of that half. He's injured, and there's a reason why we had to stop the game and get him off the field. Now he doesn't play the rest of that half. And if that happens with too many guys, it's going to be difficult to do. But you certainly, it's got to be on the coaches. And because the officials have got to do that. I've thought about it the other way too. What if you got a guy who's got sickle cell is out there playing, and it's a hot day. You actually have a game where it's 95 and you got 90% humidity, and you need to get that guy out of there somehow. And now you got to make the decision. Hey, am I going to call a timeout, or what do we tell the kid to do? Does he get down or whatever? So it's I haven't had a chance to analyze it, look at it. I've moved on to the next game, but I know they're down the road. They had a similar type situation with the play, and
Pretty
so
obvious, I guess.
well, at some point in time I'll look at it and see if there's. I know we got a TV copy out there someplace.
Anything else?
Thank y'all.